Ever get the feeling that the tech scene in Europe is just constantly playing catch-up while everyone else is out there building the next massive empire? You are definitely not alone in thinking that there is a massive shift happening right now over in Paris that might completely change how we look at European tech. Picture this, you have a massive hub called Station F, founded by French billionaire Xavier Niel, and they are aggressively ramping up their operations to become the ultimate launchpad for the absolute hottest artificial intelligence startups out there. This is not just another random co-working space where people drink overpriced coffee and talk about vague concepts. This place is huge, spanning 538,000 square feet. It is a literal city of innovation. They launched the first edition of their accelerator program called F/AII back in January of 2024, and now they are gearing up to kickstart their second batch this September. The entire goal here is incredibly practical, which is something any of us who have spent hours grinding out thousands of lines of code for automated systems can appreciate. They want to help these startups move from an early product to generating real revenue in just a matter of weeks. The director, Roxanne Varza, made it clear that their physical space is just the beginning. They have this thing called the Future 40 Annual Selection, where they pick the most promising teams out of the 1,000 companies they welcome every single year. And guess what? Nearly all of that cohort recently had artificial intelligence baked right into their core business model. That is a massive indicator of where the market is going. Station F has a front row seat to this massive boom, and they are leveraging their position as the cornerstone of the French tech ecosystem to grab equity stakes in these top-tier companies. They have been investing since 2022, and thanks to their sheer scale and Niel's deep connections, they have even had 11 presidential visits since Emmanuel Macron toured the place in 2017. We'll even had Sam Altman drop by. The first cohort was backed by an absolutely wild roster of tech giants. We are talking AMD, Anthropic, AWS, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Mistral, OpenAI, and Qualcomm. For this second round, they are adding 11 labs, GitHub, and OpenRouter to the mix. The whole idea is to bring all the major players to the table so that a startup trying to launch in Europe does not feel like they are completely isolated. And the results speak for themselves. The first cohort raised $34 million in pre-seed funding. What I love about this is that 80% of these founders are repeat entrepreneurs, and a third of them hold PhDs. They bypass the whole application mess and select purely through trusted recommendations. Sure, people might call it cliquish, but when you are trying to hit $1.14 million in revenue within 6 months, you need a team that knows exactly what they are doing. They are finally proving that you do not have to move across the Atlantic to build something globally significant.